Okay, rejections can suck. So let's talk about it. First of all, I want to tell you guys a story of when me and my best friend in high school tried out to be in the volleyball team and how it all went down, because I think that is a really good lesson to learn from my past, that every day I'm reminded of this because of the fact that it led me to where I am today if I wasn't, of course, rejected. Well, I was a freshman who just finished her freshman year and I was going into my sophomore year, and thank God that I came out of ELD because I was an immigrant, and when you're an immigrant and you go into school, you have to take at least a couple years of 2 English classes instead of 1, so that obviously takes away from your electives that you can take, the meaning sports, art classes, ceramic, and photography. So I was finally out of my ELD and I could do some electives. So I decided to try out for the volleyball team for some reason when I did not ever even played volleyball, and do it with my best friend because I guess my best friend was also doing it and I wanted to do it. So I literally gave my all for a week to those volleyball tryouts and ended up not getting picked. So of course I didn't make it, and guess who made it? My best friend did at the time, which, you know, she was a great person. We're no longer best friends anymore. Shout out to her if she's watching this. You know, it's that nasty feeling where you're like, okay, this is kind of hard. It hurts because I just got rejected. My best friend made it. Her mom, you know, was so happy. Her mom took her to get clothes for some reason as a reward. And mind you not, she did not even continue doing volleyball the next year. But, you know, she got her reward and she was happy. And I was just there sad, like, why wasn't I picked? You know, why didn't it go my way? I wanted to do some sports at my sophomore year, and it didn't happen. That summer, I called the dance team and I said, hey, are you guys taking anybody? And of course they said, our tryouts are done. We're not taking anybody at the moment. Even though at that moment, she was such a good coach, to be honest, very, very strict coach, but very good coach. She still gave me a chance to go in with my ballet shoes because I had no idea what jazz shoes were back then. So she gave me that chance to go in, and also one of my friends got in trouble for sharing the coach's number with me, but the girl was desperate. I wanted to do something my, you know, sophomore year, and I wanted to be active, okay? So then, of course, I ended up not going because I didn't have jazz shoes. So then I went back to dance, just went to the studio and started just dancing. And then the next year comes and I try out for the dance team. And guess what? I make it in the dance team, which was so exciting. But the thing is, if I didn't go through that rejection that I did my sophomore year and I wasn't redirected to the dance team myself and I wasn't looking for something else and I wasn't curious to try something new or even try something that I've been training at my whole entire life, except I've done it in a different country and I had absolutely no clue what jazz shoes were back then. But obviously as I trained and as I became a better dancer, then it gave me that opportunity to try out for the dance team, and I made it. I made it for about 2 years. I did it my junior year and my senior year, which was so fun. I've learned so much through that as well. If I didn't get rejected, I don't think I would have been where I am today with all the things that I've learned and all the experiences that I have dancing with so many artists. Of course, rejection itself is a redirection. You learn so much from it and it directs you to the point where you're supposed to be in your life. And I truly, truly believe in that. So if you've been recently rejected, try to look around and see what other areas in your life you can choose from. For example, when I got rejected from volleyball, I knew that, okay, maybe sports isn't my thing, but maybe I can just, you know, continue what I was doing with dance, which was at the moment I was learning Armenian dance, or continuing my dances in Armenian, and then I shifted into jazz and contemporary. So then I shifted. I did that. Honestly, life itself kind of came together and made it happen. So I want you to believe in yourself, and I want you to question yourself right now. Do I have any other hobbies, or do I have any other talents that I could try again for, or try again differently? Or should I just try harder for whatever I applied or whatever I tried out for in my life? And that's gonna bring so much to your perspective, and you're just gonna feel so much better even if you try out again for that volleyball team or for whatever that you're trying out for. Not every experience could be a learning process. Not every rejection can be a learning process, or a rejection itself, or a redirection itself, of course. But that's when you gotta ask. If you have been literally denied from a job or an audition or whatever it is, I want you to take a moment and ask them the reason they have rejected you. Most of the time, it's never personal, especially when it comes to dance. Dance is such a specific thing where they look for something very specific. If they're looking for blonde girls, they're gonna take blonde girls. If they're looking for brunette girls, and most of the time you have no idea what they're looking for, girl. So just ask them why, and what's something you can improve for the next time. This way you can get a lot of feedback. You can also learn what you did wrong, and you can also learn how to improve for the next time if you're aiming again for the same specific job or an opportunity. So I was at an audition once where I was also helping the audition process, hoping that I would have gone in the company, became a member of that company, which was more like a contemporary dance style. During this audition process, they said, if we don't call your number, you're gonna have to leave, but if we call your number, you're gonna have to stay. So obviously they didn't call my number, and I was very confused. You know, I was gonna leave. I was like, okay, like maybe I should, you know, just leave the room. Maybe they changed their mind, which happens all the time in the dance community. So I'm full of all these stories of rejections. So I decided, instead of getting sad about it and butthurt about it, I'm gonna go ask them, hey, what's happening? I went forward and I said, hey, just wanted to double check because you haven't called my number. Should I leave? I'm leaving, it's okay. I just wanted to double check, and I just wanted to say bye. They were like, oh my God, Sarah, why are you leaving? And I was like, oh, you did not call my number. I was just, you know, wondering, should I stay? Should I leave? And they were like, no, you should totally stay, because either way I was, you know, doing their social media thing. I didn't just go with my feelings. I went with my logic of, hey, I should at least say goodbye to them. And with that, I'll just double check and see what's happening, you know? So then they had me stay. And after that, I think they had me understudy too. Another story where you should double check before you leave the room. So the key is ask for feedback. Always ask for feedback. Always go after it. And just double check and make sure that, hey, what can I learn from this experience other than the fact that I've been rejected? There is something for you out there, and you are gonna find it. And once you find it, you're gonna realize, that's why I didn't make it in the volleyball team, because truly I was meant to do dance. I was meant to be a dancer, and for however long or however far, doesn't matter. But because of that, this is the reason I am here today, and this is the reason of who I am. And I truly believe that if something is absolutely not for you, no matter how much you push it, it is not gonna happen. And no matter what, your life's timing, your life's choices, you should very, very much believe in them, and you should trust them and go after what you truly love and what feels like home, and what feels that's gonna bring the most peace for you. Make sure that you check out my YouTube channel. I have posted so much behind the scenes of my dance life and my life in general, honestly. And let's go on this journey of finding what life is and where it's taking us, and trusting the journey. If you haven't checked out my channel and haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, and come along with me with this journey called life, and let's see where it gets to. I'm gonna be posting some series every week of just talking about my experiences that I had in my life and where it has led me to. So again, subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I gotta go to work. Here we go.